B28. Okay. My royals are here. Yay. Let me help the sound. All right, let me go to the comment. Let me see who's there. Of course, Monkosi Parker. Mbolo Monkosi, how are you? I see our Queen Pamela Hood. Hey, Queen, how are you? Who else do we have in the chat? Say something. Monkosi Jeremiah White. Mbolo. I see you. I see my wife, Kaylee. Okay, for those who don't know, your son's or nephew's wife is your wife. You refer to her as our wife, okay? Don't get it twisted. Hey, Kaylee. Welcome, Mama. Yeah, I see Yandata Chilombo. Mbote, Mbote, my people. Thank you, thank you, thank you for responding to this live stream. Oh my God, our Queen Hazel. Hey, Queen Bolo, how are you? My people, I'm heading somewhere, but I decided to spend a little minute with my beautiful and amazing royals of Africa. Let me try to adjust this. Voila. Oh my gosh. We'll get there. Ta-ta-ta-ta. You know your queen is not the most tech lady out there. Who else do we have? Monkosi Miguel Mbolo. All right, I see my beautiful and amazing royals of Africa. So let me give you the befitting greeting you deserve. Oh my gosh, let me see this. Whoops. All right, let me try this. Alors. Okay. Let me move a little. Voila. All right, to my beautiful and amazing royals of Africa. Mbolo. Mbolwani, my people. This is your queen, Queen Ngningone II, 17th generation crown queen of the Fang people, also known as the Immortals. I'm so glad to see you in my live chat tonight. As I say, I'm stepping out, but I wanted to feed my royals with more words of wisdom and more love. Okay? Sounds fair? Greeting, royal family. So today we will talk about the virtue of nobility. All right, my beautiful and amazing royals of Africa. So the virtue of nobility, we will basically define it per us, Bantu people. All right. And then we will kind of break it down. What does it mean? And so on. And then on Patreon, we will continue on how to apply nobility in all our relationships. Okay. So before I start, I would like to say thank you to all of you beautiful and amazing royals of Africa who share the videos, who like the video, who drop comments, because all that helps. Okay, so I'm very appreciative. Thank you. And also those who send kind words, prayers, and even support my channel through donations. Thank you so much. May you never lack. Okay? Good. So let's continue. And also, I have an announcement. I also have an announcement. I will no longer be a contributor at African Diaspora News. If some of you watched the live stream, my last live stream, where I was basically urged, to have to address it. Because as you know, in everything in life, brothers and sisters and stuff, they do fight, they do quarrel, okay? But there's no point to be around people who clearly would disown you whenever it's convenient or whenever they feel that you're not being a good slave, right? Because people who have been enslaved tend to want to enslave others. Like, because they have you on their platform, you are not entitled to an opinion, you can't breathe a word. Whenever they hear something they don't want to hear, because the spirit of the master is in them. When they hear something they don't want to hear, they go on the attack. All right? And as a crown queen, I have to lead by example. Whatever I teach our people, this is what I apply. We cannot be very selective on when is the Muzungus openly exploiting us, because there's no point a channel called African Diaspora to even post a video and all of a sudden, you guys come to our country, you guys blah, blah, blah. I don't know what some people expect, because people are migrant in America. We should lay the red carpet. Whatever money we work, we take, we give to you. That's what you want. That's the slave master relationship. And it's not happening over here. All right. As we healing, when I say that we must heal, it's like we must set boundaries. Even with the people we love the most, we have to start implementing it. When we demand respect, this is how you do. You withdraw. So it's funny because a good number of his contributors are Africans. And I really challenge them to see what they think about it. This morning, he posted a video about the ignorance. The US government educational system didn't teach them anything. But I'm just tired with excuses. So when I get in a position where I talk so hard, because unlike, most continental Africa, I'm married an African American. So he was my family for 11 years. So I know exactly when I pinpoint something, I'm too familiar with that energy. So none of us need to be sleeping with the enemy anymore. None of us need to be working with the enemy anymore. None of us need to be, cohabitating. You have a position, make it clear. Just like we're telling the Muzungus, don't come on our land and exploit us and reduce us to nothing. While you have your hands on our resources, don't exploit the name Africa or African if you do not consider yourself as one. Okay? We are not going to establish that slave master's relationship. So as the royal I am, we teach people when they cross the line, the mom, I bring you back. Okay? So when you one of us, you one of us. No matter even if we don't see eye to eye, especially people who have your emails, people who have your DMs and everything, but they want to go and, lunch on us. So you're going to act like your master. I'm going to treat you like your master. Okay? So I'm inviting even you guys with all these lessons I'm giving. We have to apply it, Because when we set new standard, we set new standard of respect, new standard of love. No more overextending to people who don't appreciate us, whether Muzungus, whether other people, and so on. Okay, that's the royal standard. So I'm challenging him. Either he take that video down promoting xenophobia, or he comes out openly and and apologize so we can scratch it off. Other than that, I heard what he said. I'm still teaching my culture, yes, because America got many of our children. Jamaica got many of our children who haven't disowned us. So yes, I come to your backyard and teach my culture. So my beautiful and amazing royals of Africa, today we will talk on the virtue of nobility. And as usual, the content creator of this topic is our amazing and beautiful brothers and sisters at Zola Bantu. All right. So as you know, I will present a simplified version of it while adding my queen seasoning. Sounds fair? All right, that's what mama is here. Give you more wisdom, my baby. All right, so today we will talk about nobility. What does it mean to be of the nobility? Okay, the general explanation is what you will find out there. You will find that, a person who belongs to a certain, group or class, they usually aristocratic, right? When they say the nobility of such and such is usually referring, back in the days, he referred to the kings and the elders, the people around them. So we, in previous, lesson, we covered the virtue, we covered modesty / humility, the importance of the African queen. Now, if you identify as something else, my daughter, this is not for you. This is for the royals. All right. So modesty was number one. We also covered greatness. All right. We also covered morality. All right. So today we're covering nobility. Nobility is the fact of being like classy. Okay, my people. Like when you pull up, nobody will say, oh, I saw a woman. I saw a man. They will say, I saw a king. I saw a queen. You don't need to walk around with your title because you embody the virtue of nobility. All right. Remember, in order for us to be the recipient of the sacred flame of the light of God, all right, there's some requirement. We have to detox, we have to adjust ourselves, and then only then, we can, receive, the flame of love, the flame of purity, and the flame of justice. But in order for us to do that, we have to embody 9 different virtues. So today we're covering virtue number 4, which is nobility. So I told you about the first, just kind of basic explanation of nobility. The basic explanation of nobility when you're part of that class is usually aristocratic. Okay, now, in the spiritual meaning of it, for us Bantu people, noble woman, because you have to be bearer of that virtue so you can, showcase it, so you can exhibit it. You set the standard, my ladies. Remember, the day we decide not to entertain thugs, they will stop being thugs. Or they're going to run with their Mexican women or white women or what else, like they've been doing and they are doing. But the real sons and daughters, the real sons, okay, of Congos, no, he will never feel fulfilled unless a Congo queen is next to him. These Monkozis, these are the ones I'm preparing you for, not the clowns. Okay, my ladies? Let's continue. Our elders teach us that A noble woman is a woman who has the ability to elevate the souls of others. Okay? What does it mean? Is a woman, when you are in her presence, you are moved to do better. If you were, talking funny, you are moved to try to sound better. You are moved to just become a better person. So that's who we call a noble woman. So you have that ability. It's like a noble woman, wherever she goes, she embodies that virtue of the nobility of God. So wherever she goes, when she finds someone a little, lacking or short in something, she will elevate him, she will inspire him, she will aspire him to reach his full potential. Okay, so she's a woman who builds up others. She doesn't tear them down. Okay, even with her fellow women, she's the type of woman, when she's in company of other women, she doesn't feel insecure. She's never shy of compliment. She has enough love to spray around because she loves herself. She knows that complimenting another woman or complimenting, a man or something, it does not absolutely take away from her. She's noble. You understand? So if you are one of our daughters or sons, because this also applies to our sons. So I love the fact that our sons are here. So when you're out there hunting, you know the qualities you are to look or seek in a woman. All right? So if you know that she is to be noble, you will look for this thing. A woman who's quarrelsome, she doesn't compliment anybody. She always feels that she can do something better than somebody. Always want to be on people's faces and stuff. She's lacking. Sit her down, say, listen, mama, maybe you can tone down. Remember, it's a teamwork. The guys help the ladies and the lady help the guy. It's like that together. Everything we do. Okay? So if some girls have missed this lesson, but you are a prince out there and you really see potential in her and stuff, help her, mold her, don't control her. Just, bring out the best in her that she hasn't even seen. So you will help build up somebody, and this alone carries millions of blessings. When you help build somebody, when you help put somebody on their path in life, when you that supportive voice and stuff, that's the role. That's what Tata Nzambe wants us Bantu women to do for, the people around us, to do for the people around us, for our family, and for humanity. All right? So let's keep that in mind. Another point number 2, a noble woman has a strong spirit. Okay? Because those who are connected with the source, Tata Nzambe, they have to have the ability to receive messages from the other side and apply them. That's why they say a woman, is the recipient of that, because it requires a certain grace. When you're graceful, you just tend to let things flow. There's no coercion. Okay? So she's usually a woman who has a very strong spirit. She may look like she can put up a fight, but don't go and try her. Her feet are very well, rooted in the ground. Okay, my lovely. So let me see who else is in the chat before we move to the next point. Redemption 100. I love you too. Thank you for showing up. So she elevates the soul of those around her. Number 2, she got a strong spirit. All right, number 3, a noble woman is humble enough to answer Tata Nzambe's call to serve. Okay? So when a woman is noble, if Tata Nzambe tell her that, okay, the job you are in, that's not where I want you. I want you to, for example, go take care of the sick kid, or go take care of the old citizen, the old people in the community. They have enough grace, enough humility, okay, to just go ahead and do it. So they're usually women who, I mean, for them, they will take a pay cut if that's what God wants them to do. Let me just put it like that, okay? So that's a noble woman, okay? Number 4, she sees the potential in everybody. When she comes in contact with people, she moves them, she motivates them to do better. You know, she moves them, she motivates them to be a better person because she sees the potential in other people. You know, she's complete, she feels complete herself, so she doesn't feel rattled or threatened by other people's success. In the contrary, you know, she encourages, she's respectful. All right, so let's continue. And how does she does it? How does she help elevate the other people? Have you ever, you know, have you ever had a friend that maybe you were struggling with something and then they approach you and they say, you know, maybe they want to suggest you to do something, but a noble woman will always know what to say and how to say it. Instead of telling you, like, for example, man, you look crazy like that, your hair is out of whack, for example. A noble woman would tell you, I think you will look great in braids. You see, lady, I think braids would look wonderful on you, stuff like that. You know, someone who still sees beauty even where most people don't see beauty, because she's connected. She has, her eyes go beyond just what the surface shows. Okay, let's continue. So the fact that she's noble, like they say, who were considered noble were the rich aristocratic, because they had a way they were acting, they had a way they were just, you know, cruising in town, like there's no worry. So, and then they earn that name called like nobility. So it means like you are elevated, you don't deal in the 3D, so you never project anything that Tatanzambe didn't give you to pollute universe with. No, because anything that we receive from him is purity, is loving, is just. You see? So you will never catch them being disrespectful. You will never catch them being domineering, you know, or totally authoritarian. Many of our women, due to the fact that many of our men are broken, they automatically kind of, you know, sometimes when you raise in a family where you're not really being given the time to be a child, because almost from the time you're born, there's already responsibilities waiting for you and stuff. You know, when you're in that energy all the time, many of us tend to become bossy, too domineering too. And then we shy away from being nurturing and everything. Now, for our sisters here, it's a different ball, you know, the queens here, it's a different ball, just like I tossed my hat to them, because I was able to analyze that in the group of all of us, the African queens, so the ones in Africa, the ones in the Caribbean, and the ones here in Northern America and stuff, they're the strongest, because the sister, I mean, they go through a lot. See, in Africa, we have a system where, you know, even if you, let's say you have a child with someone who's not supportive, he's very evasive, right? But at least his family members, you know, they will jump in and help because their honor is at stake. Let's say they had a child, but they didn't get married. Every back to school time, you will see either the parents of the dad of the kid, they will come and help you raise that child. And in the Caribbean, they still have these values. Like many of our daughters, they will come, for example, here and leave their babies with their mama. We all did that. I did that. My oldest son was born, I was 21. What do you think I did? My parents kept him, and I went and continued school. So it shows that those of the Caribbean who come here and stuff, and the mama stay behind with the kids, and everything is fine. They got that. They still preserve that aspect of us. Okay, so you have to understand that for the sisters here is difficult because many of them are forced to be in that masculine energy all the time. So it's very tough for them to be able to find that balance. But my daughter, my advice to you is be that woman. Give yourself an hour. You can start with 15 minutes a day, and then you can increase it to 30 to 45. Give yourself time for yourself. You know, the kids in their room, you just spend time with yourself. If you want to paint your toes, paint your toes. If you want to, shape your eyebrows, do something to pamper yourself. Because you have to rebuild your feminine energy. Those of you who are subscribed to my newsletter, I will be sharing like affirmation. We can start saying in the mornings, rising in the morning. So we start, waking her up because she's in you. The sister from here, she loves like nobody. And she's the most mistreated. She's the most disrespected, the least protected. I can talk about that because I lived your life. I walked in your shoes. So it is important, my ladies, that you start rebuilding yourself back up. Make it, start 15 minutes, 30 minutes, play the music you want, sleep in a bath, put your candles and stuff, treat yourself. And you will see, you will start discovering more and more and more things about you that you love. And once you start loving many things about you, you will be more protective of them. Our elders tell us that the woman is the rose, is the flower. Our elders tell us that she's the flower, and our men are the fence around it. And when there's no fence around that flower, any idiot can come and pluck it and maybe throw it on the street and do whatever with it. All right? So many times we find ourselves with no fence. Okay? But it's okay because we have to get well. We have to recalibrate ourselves in a point where the universe and Tata Nzambe have no choice but send us that Monkosi. So we need to heal. We need to learn to appreciate ourselves again. We need to learn to love ourselves again. We need to learn to call on that feminine in us, the one that makes the house so warm. And then you just feel protected, just be around and stuff like that. Okay, my ladies, so patience there. Now to my other group of daughters, get to work. You set your standard. This is a new year. You take your notebook, you write down the quality in the Monkosi you want to attract. My dear sisters and daughters and mothers, this is the time. It's like Christmas. Our petition are bound to be answered. That's why we need to release. You have to detox your heart, mind, and soul. No hatred, no jealousy, no competition thing, no acting like a slave, no going off, just popping off, just purity. Before we do something, we have to think, how would Tata Nzambe feel if he finds out I did it? Well, we know he finds out, he always see everything we do. But, just kind of question yourself, and time like that, and learn to set boundaries. Because for us people who have been enslaved, colonized, apartheid or stuff, the minute we found ourselves in a position, we tend to be that slave master to the other one. So it's going to be a little hard because a lot of you in the process of reclaiming your whole, you will lose people from around you. But you would have built yourself up strong enough to not mind. All I had for you was love, tenderness, and care. You don't like it, you're free to leave. Come on. which box should I lift up before you lift like that, because you are strong in your mind. You are not needy. You know, when you find yourself in a stage where you feel whole, whether you can afford your bill or not, this has nothing to do with economics. Okay, my people. So we need even more solidarity among women, because the more women we can get healed, the more chances our guys stand. Remember, I told you, we have to teach them love, purity, and justice, and sip it when they need to sip it, and sit them on the bench when they need to sit on the bench, and love them, kill them with love when they deserve it. Okay? So we're going to take back, we're going to take charge. And how do we take charge? By healing. So when we healed, we can raise healthy daughters. So we can save one generation. And what we have already been able to successfully pass down onto our children, our daughters, and our sons, of course, you know, it's just going to continue. So we, our generation, has the most to do. And I know we're capable. We warriors. All right, let me continue. A noble woman, a classy woman, even when she fights with somebody, she doesn't crush him, because she's mindful of preserving his integrity, preserving his dignity and pride, which everybody needs. Okay? So even when in conflict with people, always give them the opportunity to redeem themselves in a way which is noble. And if they can't meet you at that level, trash them, put them in the garbage. Go. When you're ready, come back and we'll talk it over at dinner or something. Okay? Let's continue, my beautiful and amazing royals of Africa. All right. So as you know, the virtue of nobility, it's a divine virtue that us are recipient of. What does it mean? A noble woman, the way she carries herself around in society, she knows she's the ambassador of the virtue of nobility of the Most High. All right? So you have to keep it in mind. If I don't teach the savage how to be a noble human being, he stands no chance. So you become that mother. Okay? So never give up. Even on the harshest criticism, you stand your ground. I'm the mama here. Without me going through the aggravation of pregnancy and labor and birth, none of you will be around. You remind them that through your deeds, your actions, all right, only invite around you people who vibrate at the same frequency. If you are awakening and walking into your glory, right, you have no business entertaining or having friends that all they do is gossip. Like we say in Africa, Kongosa morning, Kongosa lunchtime, Kongosa dinner time. She hasn't cooked dinner or breakfast or lunch for her kids, but she's on the phone, Kongosa. Oh, did you see this? She knows about everybody's life, but her house is in havoc. My son, be discerning. You know, observe the women before you cry. It's too late. No, there's always a time you can observe things now that we have that knowledge. Okay. So, and another thing also, last but not least, a noble woman. All right. A noble woman, like everywhere she goes, she expresses, she exhibits, you know, that je ne sais quoi, that God je ne sais quoi, you know, is like you won't wonder if she's a noble woman, because if you see her at work, she's acting in a very noble way with her coworker. If you see her around her family, she's acting the same way. If you see her around her friends, she's acting the same way. So a noble woman applies that, she carries that, she exhibits that. You know, she displays it in every single bit of her relationships, whether personal, whether professional, whether whatever. And she's usually a type of person people love to have around. Okay? So that is it for this topic today. Now on Patreon, I will break it down to you how to apply it in your relationship. I will not give advice on people dealing with their boyfriend because in that aspect, I'm still very traditional as a mom. We give the goodies to those who have made a promise, paid dowry, or do something. Okay, we need to teach them again to value us. You know, you have seen the very little time I've been out, how many males have come openly after me. The Issachar guy, the other one who went to Dr. Susan Tatana, this one I was praising yesterday, calling him Monkosi, because, you know, and sometimes you will see, some of them, you even look into their lives. They were some other women, but our own kind. You know, they will put up with any other women nonsense but us, because they were trained to rape, insult, murder, do the worst to us and us only. So you have to understand that when they run to white women, they will go and respect. They could be beating you up. The moment they go with a white woman, they start acting like a human being, because they were not trained to rape them, disrespect them, and beat them and everything. So our daughters, they have that much more work, because at the same time, we are not rejecting or denouncing our men. It's our responsibility to build them up. It's our responsibility for them to help build us up. It's a teamwork. All right. A black woman is built and wire for a black man, and a black man is built and wire for a black woman. And I know what I'm talking about. Okay, my lovelies, that would be all for today. So I will post an extended version on Patreon, where basically I will break it down on how to apply the nobility, the virtue of nobility in all our relationships. Some people may not like you. Some people may call you stuck up, or you think you the whatever. Don't mind. Don't mind the people who want to stay in the rut. Each time they get caught doing something stupid, they pull the excuse card. No. Our generation, we are educated. We went to school. And many of you, I suggest you get your money back from their stupid university, because they didn't teach you anything. They teach us rubbish. All right? So sometimes the more degrees they have, the dumber they are, because the closer to the white man they are, like I always say. But to our beautiful daughters out there, don't lose hope. Okay? We just, you know, it's a work in process. All right? So, and just like I say, I love all our kids. The stronger one is the one here, because in the midst of all that storm and stuff, she looks fly. She got her hair done. She got her nail did. Kudos. All right, let's see who we have. Yes, we have our royals in the building. So to all my Monkozis out there, note that it's also your job and responsibility to help build up your sisters. Okay? We are who we are, no matter what anybody says. All right, so let me see who else. Let me greet more people. I see Mary Johnson. Hey, Mbolo, my royals. Of course, Monkosi Parker. He'll be one of the first to be on the chat. Marcus Big Fella. Mbolo, my dear royal of Africa. Mbolo. Oh, Cohen Jure. I see our returning Monkosi. I'm so excited, my people. So let's do a little bit of Congosa. I have 5 minutes. Let's do a little bit of Congosa. My dear royals of Africa, you know, it's funny, as much as people wonder what we come do in their countries, huh? Do you know that Mali, since they kicked the French out, you know, the Malian army was not able to have access to all the corner of their countries. French military will tell them, oh no, don't adventure yourself in that area. That area is infested with jihadists and stuff like that, terrorists. So when they left with the help of their Russian partners, do you know what they found out? They found out a big uh, uh, hiding spot of gold. They reported 12 tons of gold already cut in lingots. When their militaries are on your land, this is what they are doing. Drain your resources. Those of you who don't want you in your countries, all right, 12 tons of massive gold. The Malian army recovered their stuff. So they say that with that gold, they will have enough money to pay their government employees for years. Them will just, you know, them will just put sanction of them. So you see how Tatanzambe is working. Whatever they meant for evil at this time of our history will serve for our greatness. Do not be afraid. Speak your truth. Those who may not want to hear it, oh well, maybe they're not meant to follow you and enjoy the royal life when we go back to Africa. All right, my lovelies. So, oh my God, I see all our royals there. Thank you so much for supporting, you know, your queen's work. And also, I have an announcement. You know, our people, let me brag about an invention we can actually attribute to our people. My dear, beautiful, and amazing royals of Africa, did you know that your ancestors discovered iron and started the iron, you know, technology in Africa between 1800 and 1500 BC? That's a discovery, a creation. I'm proud to claim that one, our papas. So what makes us the Bantu people? We are good blacksmiths. And our people say that you strike the iron when it's hot. All right? So we are entering this new era of no confusion. Just like you hear our people on the continent, they have their hashtag no more. We have our hashtag no more. The enslavers have taught us to always wishy-wash. You can say this and then, oh no, you come back and act like, you know, just like the masters treat us, you know, today, oh, you're an American. When 9/11 happened, oh, we're all American, let's stand together. After that, you Negro, oh yeah, oh, you should comply. Okay, yeah, you should die if you challenge a police officer. They do that back and forth. Today, you're one of us, tomorrow, you are not one of us. And that psyche, that psycho, whatever, got in the mind of a lot of our people. So when you watch their interaction with those of you who will go bluntly out, say that you consider yourself African, many of them will fight you. All right? So we have to send the strength message out, no more. So Nubia, the Path to Return, will start a no more campaign. So whatever message of unity you have, you can say it like in a little clip. The clip could be like 59 seconds, you know, and send it to Nubia, the Path to Return at gmail.com. We will put together a clip, and I want to see all our children out there. I want to see our children from America. I want to hear some Jamaican accent. I want to hear some Barbados accent. Bahamas, all of you out there, send a clip, your message of unity, because we stand as one. And those who don't see that as we do are against us. We don't have a problem. You know, the thing is, you just have to be clear. If you're going to be African, you're going to be if you're going to be American, then name your channel Black American News Channel. I'll have more respect. So we do the no more. So as we do the no more, just like the other people are doing no more, keep on sending the video. 59-second, your message to your brothers and sisters, how it's important for us to stick together. Okay, to my beautiful and amazing royals of Africa, it's very important that at this time we take our responsibilities toward one another. And when I say take your responsibility, respond to your ability to love one another. Respond to your abilities to love and protect our children. Respond to your ability of protecting one another. Because we are capable. We are not animals. We are the smartest human beings with genius trait in our DNA. Who can with us? We are unbeatable when we want to. Okay, my lovely? So take your responsibilities toward one another, and let me give you the proper blessings before I go. To my beautiful and amazing royals of Africa, may peace never leave your home. Love never leave your heart, and stand united. For without unity, we are done and kaput. All right? So until next time, mwah!